Hello, everyone, and welcome to Birds of Play. Today we're going to talk about Steam Summer Sales. This is Birds of Play, episode 40, maybe?
Welcome to Birds of Play, episode 40. I am one of your hosts, Logan Ansett. Today I am joined by...
I'm the other host, Josh Dalbacron.
I'm the third host, Brandon Diaz.
And this is Biscuit.
And that's Biscuit,
She's here
as
again.
always.
So, as I said in the intro, the question of the week, do Steam Summer Sales suck? We don't have a lot to talk about today. Do they? Do they?
So for our audience at home that doesn't know what Steam is.
Yeah.
Steam is the most popular PC marketplace where the games are always cheap and the ratings are always good.
13 million.
And the moderation is always bad.
Something
long.
long.
13 million, I think,
Yeah.
current users.
Yeah, and
As of today.
a lot of games that aren't moderated and just get thrown on there as shovelware. But welcome to
Doesn't-
PC
yeah.
gaming.
Just recently, in fact, yesterday, a big sale started. They call it the Steam Summer Sale. And you can buy games, they're really expensive off, and you get stickers and crap.
It's the reason your boyfriend can't take you out to dinner for the next 2 weeks.
You guys probably heard the rumblings on Reddit and everything.
The rumblings.
But
Yeah, because everybody's on Reddit, John.
as the question goes,
Question.
do they suck? The reason I bring this up is because in recent years, especially like in the Reddit community and in the Steam community on forums and stuff, people have been complaining, saying, the Steam Summer Sales aren't as great anymore. In the past, it was a big joke. Maybe, I want to say like 3 or 4 years ago, it was a big joke that games would go on sale for like 90 to 80% off. You had these things called daily sales, which, every day they would refresh. Flash sales, which every
It was like every
7 hours?
It had to have been like every 5 hours.
Every 5 hours, they would refresh with like 90, 99% off deals.
So it was an event that
It was
like,
a
you
crazy-
had to
it was
keep your eye
crazy.
on, right?
But now, like, I think the highest I saw yesterday on like the featured sales list was maybe 65% off.
80% for Shadow of Mordor was the highest.
80% for Shadow of Mordor, but like that wasn't a featured sale. For
Yeah.
featured sales, it was like the highest was 65%, which is obviously a lot lower than 95%. And people are again saying, oh, Steam Summer Sales suck, they're terrible, I hate them, whatever. But I have some hot data. I have some hot data coming in.
That more people are doing it now than they were.
It's been going up every year.
Yeah.
In 2014, they had the record number with $160 million in revenue from this sale. Last year, they beat that record already with $223 million sold. So my question is, if people don't like it, if the hardcore Steam users don't like it, how are they getting so much money?
Because not everybody on Steam is hardcore. There's people.
Exactly.
This is one area of gaming where I'm not hardcore at all. PC gaming, my PC is basically my Overwatch machine at this point. But I do occasionally dabble in Steam stuff, especially Steam and Valve-made content. And Steam Summer Sales are the chance for me to play those PC games that I don't necessarily want to play on my PS4, and I'd like to see my PC run. Like this is my chance to get all the graphics and horsepower out of my PC. And there's some games on there that I'm really interested in for the price. So like, still haven't played Shadow of Mordor. Was debating on buying it on PS4. It's $4 on the Steam Summer Sale. Everybody's got $4. So
Everybody's got $4.
Everyone.
I just won't eat a meal. No, it's like,
Yeah.
but no, there are good deals on there, especially if you are not super involved in gaming. And granted, like I was hoping for a PUBG, so PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. It's an early access game. Really hoping for a sale on that, but it's super popular and it didn't go on sale. Oh wow, but there's also like 2 more weeks of this thing going on.
Yeah.
So there's always a chance something else can be new, and I think it's appealing to the mass audience and not just the hardcore who wants like CS:GO for 20 cents.
Right.
So
Well, here, you mentioned a lot of interesting stuff there, and unlike all of our other shows, I have facts to back up the claim that you just made.
I'm so excited. Hit me with the facts.
I got this thing that it like tracked the numbers of, it tracks like every sale, it tracks like on a day-to-day basis the top like new players in a particular game. I worded that really badly. Anyway, the top 5 games are all games that have been on Steam for a long time. They're Limbo, Counter-Strike Global whatever, Payday 2, Gary's Mod, and Left 4 Dead 2.
Yeah.
The highest is Limbo with, I don't know how accurate this is, but the highest is Limbo, which from yesterday to today had an uptick of 1 million different new users.
Fun fact.
CSGO had 617,000 new
Jeez.
users.
I literally, when I got Steam and when I got my PC in November, those were literally the first 5 games I bought.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking.
Yeah.
Like those are the games people buy. And so I think what you're seeing is like you see people buy a PC or maybe they just got into PC gaming. They're like, I'm going to start out. What game should I buy? And people
The
list
classic
off
games.
a lot of those
The
games.
classic games.
And so
I think
if the Steam Summer Sale's around the corner, people
3
are
of
like,
which are
just
Valve
wait.
titles.
Yeah, they're like, just wait, because the Steam Summer Sale's going to
Yeah.
happen. It's like every time there's a new PSN game or something, or there's an indie title on PSN, I'm like, wait, because I guarantee you it's going to be on sale in 2 weeks. Last week we had the best of E3 sale on PlayStation. We talked about it on the show, how incredible it was because you get up to 80% off on a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
I spent $30 and got like 4 games I'd been waiting to play for a long time. So,
Sales are great.
Sales are
great.
awesome.
But now that I said all my facts and all that cut crap is out of the way, I will say
Oh my.
that I'm somewhat in the camp of I kind of wish the Steam Summer Sales went back to the way they were. Because looking at these numbers and everything and what you're saying, it's obvious that Steam is catering to the new PC person market and not like the hardcore market. You know, they don't have games that are like I bought LA Noire yesterday just because it was on sale. I'm looking for it.
Yeah.
It was, I think, 60% off for like $10. A game that should be like a cent for the summer sale. That should be cheap.
That game's been out for a long
It's been
time.
out for a while. Like seeing the highest number on the featured sales list at only 65%. Like, I get disappointed because I used to see the sales at 90%. I used to see daily sales. I used to see flash sales. You know, I miss that stuff. That's the stuff I used
We
to
got
live
an old
for.
soul here, boys.
We got an old soul living it
And
up.
I get what you're saying because, I mean, who doesn't want to save money and who doesn't want
Right.
cheaper games? But,
And also, like the new players, they don't know about the old
Yeah.
stuff, so they don't have any reason to complain.
but like the incentive to do that for them is not there.
Yeah.
Because they literally have been making more and
They
more
know
money
exactly where they're gonna
year
get
over
more
year
money.
over year over. Yeah, they're catering to their market, and I think we see that with every gaming is a business. As much
Right.
as we'd like to say like a lot of people create it for art and do stuff like that, the people behind the scenes who are the publishers and stuff, they have shareholders, and this is all
Yeah.
business.
And
that's
as
what
I
it's
said,
for.
those 3 of those top games, I think I might actually said 6. I just counted 3 of those top games that I said were all Valve titles.
Yeah.
Or not all of them. God, why am I so bad at words? 3 of the 6 were Valve titles.
I thought you only said 5.
I think I said 6.
No, you said top 5.
I
3
said
of the
Limbo.
5 are Valve.
I
Yeah.
said Limbo, Counter-Strike,
Payday 2.
Payday 2,
Left 4
Garry's
Dead.
Mod. Oh, I only did say 5.
Yeah.
I'm bad today.
Wow.
Anyway, 3 of those are Valve titles. They know who they're catering to their audience. They know what they're doing.
Speaking of somebody who knows their audience, Nintendo
Oh yeah, totally. We got way more.
totally knows their audience. And they totally know that their audience is pissed off that there's not enough Switches available.
Yeah.
So Nintendo issued a formal apology this week addressing the Nintendo Switch shortage complaints.
Yeah.
And this ties into some interesting NPD statistics that show that PlayStation 4, oh biscuit,
She just wants some pets.
she wants some pets. That the PlayStation 4 overtook the top spot for May as the best-selling console. Previously, the Nintendo Switch, since its release, has been the best-selling console.
Yeah.
I'm one to believe that Nintendo Switch would have been the top-selling in May if there were enough to sell. What do you
Totally.
guys think?
100%.
Yes.
It's like one of the highest selling consoles.
You
I've
can't
ever
be the
seen.
top selling if you don't have enough
If
to
you
sell.
don't have any to sell.
Because we also, what we also saw was like a lot of the software, like Mario Kart and Zelda, were still like the best-selling titles for May.
I mean, if your biggest problem right now is, oh my gosh, we don't have enough consoles to send out. Like, I feel like your console's doing pretty well. If you're like,
Yeah.
oh my god, we don't have enough.
But an interesting question to ask is, why don't they have enough consoles? It seems like they should have enough.
I mean,
Is this a deep blue strategy?
Blue Ocean.
Blue ocean strategy?
For those of you who don't know what the Blue Ocean is, we've talked about it before, but the Blue Ocean strategy is officially artificial scarcity that Nintendo has employed in the past. They did it with the Wii, they did it with the Wii U, which didn't really work with the Wii U because nobody wanted a Wii U.
Yeah.
But that's how they drive it up. So like when you see a Switch in the store, you want to buy it because you know it's so scarce. You know you're not going to be able to get it. They did the same thing with consoles in the past.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that.
I also
Solely,
don't think it's
solely
that.
for the reason that they started sending Switches on planes
Yeah.
over sending them through sea. And sending stuff over plane is so much more expensive than shipping in like cargo
Airmail.
containers.
It's also
Yeah.
faster, in case you kids didn't know that. Planes are faster than boats. What I honestly think it is I don't think like they made enough kind of on purpose because they weren't expecting it to sell as hotly as it has
Oh,
been.
I believe
Like
that
they were looking
surely.
at I think what happened was they were looking at Wii U numbers.
We knew.
We knew number one.
We
I'm
knew
failing
the
today.
new Nintendo Wii Nu console.
and they kind of
coming
like,
this Wii Nu September.
they thought about it and they
Cool.
said, okay, like I don't know if we're gonna sell enough to survive as a company. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the best stuff we can into this console, and try to sell as most as we can to our heart's content, and then go out in a blaze of glory. Because I mean, you think about it, they don't have enough consoles to
Nintendo
sell.
going out.
They're going out in a blaze of glory. they don't have enough consoles to sell. It's shipped with like 2 games. You know, I don't think they thought it was going to succeed. And now that it has, they're trying as hard as they can to make up for it.
I have a different theory. They rushed it, and they're
think
still
they
trying to catch
I
up.
also think they rushed it.
I really
Which
do.
could be maybe they were losing a lot of money. Like if we at the regular date, we might not be a company.
But what if they
anymore.
what if they
Push it
released
out.
it like the week before E3 or like this week? You know, what if they released the Switch then? Like, would that have changed much? You know,
I don't know if they would have been able to survive.
so I don't know. Like, well, what if they released Breath of the Wild for the Wii U in March? Like, they still kept that date, right? But they released the Switch and the games for it starting in June. So the launch titles would have been ARMS, Zelda, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Like, that would have been a much stronger lineup than Zelda and a bunch of games nobody cared
Right.
about. 1-2 Switch, rest in peace.
Honestly, they put it out because
Hey, that game was pretty cool.
yeah.
For the 2 hours we played it.
Just like looking at it, it seems like they needed a cash flow.
Yeah.
Like they put it out way too early. They don't have enough units. It seemed like they needed a huge chunk of cash, and they got that. And they have the new confidence that, oh wow, this is a supremely popular device. And from this newest E3 showing, oh, we're actually super popular right now. Like they love the games that are coming out.
I mean, like,
Did you see Yoshi and Kirby?
did you see Yoshi and Kirby?
but you looked at coming off of their E3 stuff, like, they have, starting in June, every single month, a first party or first party partnered game.
On Wolfenstein release day, they have Super Mario coming out.
Super Mario Odyssey, yeah.
Mario plus Rabbids.
That's what that day is called now, by the way, Wolfenstein release day.
That's what October 27th is.
That's what it officially
W Day?
is. Yeah, W
Yeah,
Day.
well, for me, it's Super Mario Odyssey release.
That's
day.
what
I'm gonna have to.
the
I'm gonna
UN
have to.
decided.
I'm gonna have to play as a dinosaur with a top hat instead of a
What if, as a
Nazi
promotion,
killing awesome person.
You throw your hat.
Just for the day.
But as a promotion thing, the first hat throw you do, you're going to like a guy, and then BJ gets in the way, and you become BJ, and he goes into Wolfenstein.
He's in Mario. And he's just like,
That would be amazing.
what a plot twist!
What a plot twist.
Wow.
But anyway, I mean, I seriously think they didn't think it was going to do as well. They needed some money, so they put it out early. Now they don't have enough units, and they're saying, we're sorry, we'll try again.
If we're being honest, it's probably a combination of factors.
Yeah. It's probably a whole bunch of stuff.
Artificial scarcity.
Artificial scarcity. Yeah. It's probably a bunch.
What if Nintendo was like in a board meeting and they're just like, all right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to release it in March. We're probably not going to have enough units, but that's okay because we're going to do artificial scarcity.
Right.
People are probably not going to want it that much, but if they do, that'll be great, and we'll run out again. And then if they do that, we'll just sell them NES Classics, but we won't sell them that much because we want to do the SNES Classic.
I think it might.
Which I think would be a lot more popular, honestly.
Yeah.
I think it might start out as my thing of this is our swan song, and then eventually when it became popular, some guy said, no, it was artificial scarcity the whole time. It was my idea.
We're going to learn 4 years down the line that they were actually like, we don't know what's going on.
I don't think Nintendo has any idea. They're so surprised by this success that they're happy with it.
They were so distracted, like, we're going to announce Metroid Prime 4, guys.
And they just have like 4 people who are just like, how are we gonna sell more Switches?
Metroid Prime.
You put a 4 with some space logos in the back
Yeah.
and put Metroid Prime in front of it, and the internet goes crazy.
And then we find out if they really want it. Crap, we have to make Metroid
We actually
Prime
have to
4
make
now.
it.
Crap.
So what are we gonna do to compete with this 4K console? We put a hat on a dinosaur, and then you're the dinosaur. Whoa!
You can be who you want to be.
It just goes to show gameplay always beats out specs.
But yeah, I mean, PS4 overtook
Oh, man.
PS4 overtook Nintendo Switch. Not really surprising because PS4's kind of been the king throughout its life cycle.
Well, I mean, because Sony, I feel like it's always kind of had that way because they pride themselves on being a game console first and like a media device
A
second.
PlayStation.
A
some would
PlayStation.
say.
You can use it all. Xbox tried to do that with the One, but like all the features that they said they were going to do with the online-only functionality, people didn't like, even though I feel like those features would have been awesome.
Yeah.
And they still released the same box, which like had those parts but didn't use them, so it just became a really crappy
But
box.
we also saw in the NPD statistics, and something I want to lead into is like the games that you had last
Blu-rays.
year were Overwatch and
Ooh,
Uncharted 4 release on the same day at the end of May, and those are huge. Those were both huge sellers. This May we had Prey and Friday the 13th.
Hey, I just bought Prey.
Okay, but
On the Steam Summer
but
Sale.
they don't have that
Oh,
that
they don't at all.
Overwatch and Uncharted 4 had. So we saw a 20% decline in software sales compared to last year for this year. So I don't know. Maybe it's that we're winding down in the console generation. Maybe it's just there wasn't enough games and not enough Nintendo Switchies.
I think it's just people are kind of like getting complacent with everything right now. Like, people are pushing 4K, but I really don't think the gaming industry, despite how strong it is, I don't think it's strong enough for people to make the full switch to 4K.
It's not there yet.
It's because people are still looking like, okay, I'll buy a 4K console and a 4K TV to play my 4K games. So then, how do I watch movies and TV shows?
Oh wait, there is none.
Yeah,
4K,
exactly.
4K, 911, 911, 911.
And okay, and, I've seen that donkey video.
Porsche.
And I haven't seen enough, even from the gaming industry, I haven't seen enough 4K content to warrant anything. Like the best 4K stuff I saw at E3 was Forza, and I don't care. I don't care at all. I'll just go get a car.
You don't care about the Porsche?
No, I'll just go buy a car at that point.
911, 911.
I'll go buy a Porsche.
I'll go buy a $500 Porsche just sitting in some dude's garage.
Yeah,
and just
buy that.
take pictures of it with my phone and say 4K, 4K, 4K.
So I think people are just kind of getting complacent. Stuff is slowing down because it's the strategy. As soon as everybody buys a fridge, fridge sales drop. Nobody needs a fridge anymore. That's a history thing.
You mean supply and demand?
Supply and demand, yeah.
Wow.
That's what they teach you economics because people in the past fridges were there was a fridge store everywhere and then eventually everyone got a fridge.
Well, I think
so
we
they don't have
should.
fridge stores
I
anymore.
think on that note we should chill out and end it there.
Yeah.
Boo.
I'm bad today.
It's time for you to chill out.
Where's my?
I have been Logan Anstead.
Wait, I need to make a joke.
This has been
John.
John McCrone quickly trying to scramble and make a joke on his board that we're not going to have time to show.
I've been Arnie from Batman Forever.
You can.
Question: Why am I like this?
Wow. Okay. All right. Well,
That's the real question.
have a great week.
Question.
Question.
Wait, did you ever see that Vine of the kid in the hotel? He's like, Fiesta, 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 and his mom's like, Lamont.
Wait, so what is splooting? Tell me.
We shouldn't release this video.
Splooting is like the when a dog stretches all the way out, like its legs.